Hello, all my milk thugs. Welcome back to Seduce Me the Otome, Part 2. Since we last left off, nothing has happened. We left off when there was an announcement about to come over the speakers, so let's see what it says.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh, no. Well, wait, am I Miss? I'm Miss Anderson, okay.
Oh my.
Indeed, oh my.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Well, that's not funny, because I'm on the run currently.
Suzu, don't joke around. What if it's serious?
Yeah, what if it's serious?
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Alright, well, I don't got your number. Funny enough, something did happen. Let me guess, earlier, those gunshots were her family, or somebody in her family. And it was certainly no laughing matter. Cold, it was really cold. Oh, here comes the funeral. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder now and then. The skies had turned dark, though I couldn't see any of it under the black umbrella. Not that I was looking up, in fact, looking up was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was the damp grass underneath my feet. Only the monotone that floated through my ears reminded me that I was at a funeral. It was only when the speeches ended that I finally was able to raise my head. Harold Anderson, forever in our hearts. A small gathering of people, mostly made of relatives that I didn't even know were related to me, were huddled around a simple small grave. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops on umbrellas. If it weren't raining, everything would probably be in a heavy silence. I looked beside me, where my father was standing and holding up a large black umbrella for our small family of 3. His face was emotionless, a strange sight next to my weeping mother. I wondered what was going through his mind. After all, etched into the smooth gray tombstone before us was his father's name. Oh, his father? My grandfather, the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. The ceremony was small, only close family were allowed to come. Oh, that's sad, her grandfather died. Slowly, though, people began to leave, leaving my father, mother, and me behind at the grave. A man dressed in a clean black suit under the uniform black umbrella of the funeral attendees walked towards us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read aloud its contents. Well, that's his will. I'm gonna take it.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
He cut me off, but I was gonna say, I just noticed this pretty little flower over here. Take a moment to, take that in. Alright, let's get back to it. Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will. It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
Why is he giving me furniture and stuff? Like, what? I guess since it's my senior year of school, I could have a house? I don't know. What? I couldn't believe my ears. I heard earn the family estate at 18? That was impossible. And yet it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her? Why am I not surprised?
He sounds mad. You should be happy for your daughter, sir.
Dear.
Dear?
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
Whoa, good fact. He did own the toys company. Oh.
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
The father. Bet you the father's pissed.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in. Oh, what a stubborn old man.
I'm gonna take that he doesn't like his father. Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
My face looks worried. After all, I am at a funeral.
Are you sure we should?
Yeah, send me, do it.
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Yes, indeed it will. I agree with you, Father.
Honey, what do you think?
I want to do it. ... Well, I really wasn't sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think that I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
Ooh, little cocky face.
David!
David, alright. David Anderson. Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking back to the car, disinterested.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
She has an accent. I can't place it. Like, she has an accent. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but she definitely has an accent. You can go ahead to the car, Mom. I think I need some time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
I will. She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty, save for the sullen-looking grave that was laid in front of me. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all of this, it would have been much different. It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day they pass away? I was wondering that. Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, and yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong, but right now, I'm the farthest from it. Like that one time, a long time ago. Ooh, flashback. Grandpa!
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
He has a stellar house. This is gonna be my house? Sick. I was swept into a giant bear hug and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather. The way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew older. Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here today. He said that he wasn't feeling too good again. It had always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
Yes, I am here. Yeah. So what are we going to do today, Grandpa? Mommy says that there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go.
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually working on a little something. Would you like to see?
Oh boy, toy company working on something new? I would always love to see a new toy. Yes, ooh, is that a toy? Well, I predicted what she was gonna say. What do you know?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
Oh, I'll definitely help you out designing a toy. Of course. Yet again, predicted what she was gonna say. He placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There's one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I don't know. My thoughts haven't told me yet. I think the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive. And it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep. He stroked his chin considering my input while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear. You always know what to add to make the perfect toy.
This is getting sad. Man, flashbacks to her grandfather. Aha! Well, I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa. Aww.
You want to make toys as well?
Yeah. Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Okay. That makes sense. Daddy doesn't think of it in the same way, though.
Your father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
I'm not so sure about that.
Sweetie, look at me.
I'm looking at you. He bent down and looked at me eye level, with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love him just as equally.
I don't hate Daddy. I really do love him. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past. But it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
I had heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter, but it was clear that whatever happened set up a wall between them. It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you.
That's right, always remember your family and friends.
Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me. We'll stand together to get through it.
That's right. How can you be so sure of that?
Because we'll be right here and here.
I'm gonna guess that he pointed to my heart just then. He pointed his finger to my head first and then pointed at my chest.
So stay strong. Promise?
I promise. For a moment he looked almost sad, pleading. But as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face, and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out the great burst of laughter and stood up.
Alright then. Enough of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Ooh, yummy. Homemade dessert? I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
Well, looks like I'm gonna get all the dessert. Oh, man, this is sad. You willed me the very home I love to see you in. Why? Why would you think I would be ready to take it? Especially after this. A surge of anger bubbled within me, but I quickly swallowed it. There was no use in getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there. I'm sorry, it's hard to stay calm when you've left me with so many questions, especially about what happened between you and Dad. What am I doing? Talking to a grave? My vision blurred and I suddenly realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks. I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you, Grandpa. I'll try my best to fulfill my promise I gave to you, even if the world might be turned against me. I left the grave, wiping my tears hastily so my parents wouldn't see.
Well, it's time to head back home. I'll cook up your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay?
Yum. Thanks, Mom. However, my dad didn't speak the entire drive home. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure if that was a good idea.
It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes.
Gathering my courage, I decided then that it was time to talk. Dad, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
He's a dick. I'm gonna say that right now. He's a dick. Why do you want me to move into the States so soon?
I thought I made that rather clear. The college near your grandfather's house is well known for its business program. You are planning to major in business, yes?
No. ...
Right after you graduate from high school, you'll just live there and can easily commute to and from school. It's a perfect fit for you.
Seems like my father is forcing things onto me. But it's so sudden. You just decide so quickly right after the funeral?
Don't be so sensitive. If you're like that in the real world, you'll be crushed.
Bitch, I'll slap you. I'm just saying that maybe we could talk a bit more about my future. In reply, my father rubbed his temples and sighed quietly.
After you graduate from college, you'll work at Anderson Family Toys. I have connections since I am part of the board of directors, so you will be guaranteed a spot. That is what we talked about before, yes?
Damn. But what if...
Stop mumbling.
Bitch, I'll slap you. But what if I don't want to work there?
Don't be silly. It's the family company. Our company. I'm not just going to hand it over to some incompetent vice chairman. ...
He came closer to me and his face softened.
Look, this is all for the best, okay? You may not know it right now, but you will appreciate it later.
For some reason, when I heard him say that, something snapped in me. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but it made me feel so angry. Do you even care that grandfather passed away?
Of course I do.
I bet you don't. Well, everything seems fine and dandy to you. Things couldn't be better.
Excuse me? I don't like your tone, young lady.
I'm not young, I'm 18. It's like nothing even happened at all. Like you just ignored the fact that he's no longer here.
Do not raise your voice at me.
Oh, was I supposed to raise my voice? Oh, sorry, my bad. What did he ever do to deserve this? My father, his face hardened, crossed his arms and erupted me in angry laughter, erupted in angry laughter.
You sure place him upon a pedestal, like he's some kind of venerated god or something. It makes me sick.
Well, to be honest, he was your father, and he designed toys for probably millions of children that brought laughter and joy. So yeah, some cases he is a god. Boom, bitch. Is that it? Are you happy seeing grandfather dead? While everyone was grieving, were you holding yourself back from laughing in everyone's face? Did you feel just a bit happier seeing him lie in the graveyard? Oh, that was a little whip. A flash of rage crossed his face and he whipped the back of his hand across my cheek. Damn, he's an abusive father.
You don't know anything! Running your mouth like somehow you know everything that went on, when you're just a little girl that doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut!
Damn. Someone's gonna have to get the Child Association on you.
You did not know my father!
Yeah, I
you
did.
You did not know what he was capable of.
I kinda did. ...
Is everything all right? What happened?
He smacked me. Nothing. I'm not hungry. I think I'll just go upstairs.
Honey, wait!
Damn. I quickly turned and ran upstairs to my room, slamming the door behind me. My breath came in short pants, and for a while I just leaned against the door of my bedroom, eventually sliding down to sit against it. How did things become like this? My cheek still throbbed, and I tentatively stood up and looked at the mirror to see how it looked. Hopefully it doesn't bruise. Ha! What am I saying? Tears formed in the corner of my eyes, but I blinked them back rapidly. I couldn't cry for the second time today. I had to be stronger than that.
Are you alright? Your father told me nothing happened, but you know your father.
He slapped me. I'm fine. I just lost my appetite.
The lasagna's done, though. And I don't want you skipping any meals. Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry about me, Mom. I'll come downstairs later to eat.
You're not telling me the whole story.
Well, no, I'm not, because there's a psychopathic father just sitting downstairs and might bitch slap me again. I just don't want to eat right now.
Please, dear. Tell me what's going on. I wish you would tell me why you're being like this.
'Cause your husband slapped your daughter in the face. ... I wanted to tell her. Part of me was screaming to tell her what Dad had done. At the same time, I knew she couldn't fix anything. Besides, I was moving out regardless. I remained silent, letting the event remain in the past.
Well, I'll leave your food on the table if you want to eat it later.
Okay, good. Finally, my mom left me alone. It was strange to think that she was only a few inches away from me, only separated by a single wooden door. I really didn't know what to do. I needed to do something, anything, to get my mind off of what just happened. Anything would be better than thinking any more about that pain still radiating from my cheek. I was going to move into my grandfather's house tomorrow. I should probably pack my stuff so I would be prepared for tomorrow. Well, that seems like a good place to stop. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It got a little bit sad and I got a little bit emotional there towards the middle of it, but you know, we got through it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoy making them, and if you please would share, like, comment, do whatever you feel that you need to do to show your appreciation. Even if you don't do anything and just watch the video, I still appreciate you all the same. I will see you soon, and as always, bye. Love you.